Hello guys, and welcome to Daily Market Movements. Welcome to another episode where today we're going to be analysing the NASDAQ100 futures chart. Doing a video a little bit earlier than usual today. I'm doing it prior to the US market opening. That's due to the fact I'm actually out to a steakhouse later on this evening, and I might even treat myself to a glass of wine. So I thought it'd be best to do the videos whilst not intoxicated, and I will do a follow-up video probably tomorrow evening where I'll just basically assess what's happened during today's trading session and what I expect going into next week. But let's just talk about the markets going into today's trading session, because we have just had some very important news come out. But before we do that, just want to say a massive thank you again to everyone who joined my signal service yesterday. We had again a large number of you joining. For those who do want to join, dailymarketmovements.com, that will take you to this website here. Just click on subscribe. I charge a very small fee of $29.99, and as well as that, for those who are looking to join my trading platform, then please visit dailymarketmovementstrading.com, which is also in the description of today's video. But back to the NASDAQ100. That important news was that we've had Putin come out and saying that there's been a positive shift in talks between Ukraine and Russia. Now, is this a tactical movement from Putin to maybe relax the Ukrainians, prior to perhaps, trying to invade Kiev? Again, we've had these comments, but the actions don't really back up the words, because we've had Russia do airstrikes on more western larger cities in Ukraine, which is an area where a lot of refugees from the east have actually fled to. So this is not this is not really backing up what Putin has come out and said. But nevertheless, investors have seen some joy in that announcement. We saw the indices up sharply about a few moments ago, actually. I think we have a NASDAQ 100 rally around 1.5%. We saw the Dow up 2% and the S&P 500 up just roughly 2% as well. So it was welcomed by investors in Europe and the US, and the NASDAQ 100 at this moment in time is just hovering around that 13,800 area. It'll be very interesting to see whether we can trade up towards 14,000. 14,000 obviously is a large round psychological figure, but as well as that, it's also where that 0.236 fib level is, and it also represents the top of the wedge. So one thing that I do want to say is that even if we do get a nice large positive move towards the upside, and this is something that I am actually anticipating due to the fact we currently have the DAX. So we have the DAX and the CAC, which is up 3%. So if the CAC and the DAX were to close around these levels, I would fully anticipate the NASDAQ 100 to add on to its gains, because the NASDAQ at this moment in time is only at 1.36%. So I would at least expect to see the NASDAQ 100 potentially going to trade up towards 2% towards the upside as we go into today's trading session. But even if we do go and press towards the top side of this wedge, I think that you should have the expectations that next week we will probably go and retest 13,000. That way, if it does happen, then you won't be disappointed. If we do break out, then fantastic, great. But that would, of course, take a catalyst for us to do so. That could be the Fed next week. It could be more comments, more positive news out of Russia and Ukraine. So without a positive catalyst, I don't really see us breaking or snapping this negative downtrend that we've been trading in since January 2022. But if we do get one, fantastic. That could be what sends us up towards, perhaps 15,000, maybe even 16,000. But that being said, I do fully anticipate us next week to probably slide back down towards 13,000. I think that we will get wedged in between 13,000 and the top side of this wedge that we've been trading in, and eventually at some point, once we do get that bullish catalyst, we will see that breakout. But just from a time capsule, if we did go right into this corner here for the NASDAQ 100, that would be another 21 days, so just under a month. So we could be looking at the beginning of the beginning of April. So that just kind of just puts a timer on it, but I don't really like to put timing on breakouts, because no one knows. Your guess is as good as mine, but that's what I'm looking for the NASDAQ 100 as we go into the weekend. I myself and my Signal team do have a trade open on the NASDAQ 100, and if you want to get involved in that trade, make sure you head over to my Signal website, where you can then go and join my Signal service for a very small fee of $29.99.